It's Chainlink Live. My name is Andy Boyan from Chainlink Labs, and I'm here with Danijel Gornjakovic from Thales. How you doing, man?
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Good. I'm really glad to have you, and I'm glad to have all these people here watching. Why don't you start off? Give us the pitch. What is Thales? What makes it special? Like, what's its place in DeFi right now?
Yeah. Well, Thales is a part of Synthetix ecosystem. It's been rolled out with a number of other projects. So a way that Synthetix scales is by co-seeding this all awesome projects. And Synthetix has always been a fan of options. They rolled out their binary options module like about a year and something ago. And another project that's spinning out of Synthetix is Lyra, doing vanilla options, and Thales is the successor to those binary options. So like in a simple sentence, Thales is a platform for binary options, fully decentralized.
So you guys came out of the Synthetix ecosystem. I think this model is really interesting. Synthetix could build a ton of different projects on top of Synthetix, but the community has really taken a different approach where somebody with an idea or a team with an idea will begin to spin up out of that ecosystem and then separate off. And you're all still related, right? It's the same, sort of combined communities. But Thales is one of these where now Thales is its own independent decentralized entity. Quinta is another one. Lyra is another one. How is that process? Is that a wild sort of process? Is it interesting because you're on new frontiers, or is it just like a business divesting a division or something?
It's been amazing, honestly. Like you could expect that there would be some jealousy perhaps amongst those projects being spun out, but quite the contrary. We work together. Like our loyalty is to Synthetix in a way, right? We've been around for years. Like I'm with Synthetix for like 3 to 4 years. Very loyal. There's a monogamy going on with me in Synthetix for reasons I'm not sure I can quite explain. But Synthetix has always been kind of a pioneer in the space, and I would say to an extent it's underestimated. Like the whole yield farming, staking, that started from Synthetix. Synthetix was the first one to do that. Everyone just forked the contracts and continued along with it. And I believe this example of kind of using the vast treasury that the major DeFi projects have to just spin out projects, just boosting talented people in your community with ideas, with drive. Yeah, I think that's gonna set an example. I'm pretty sure about it.
There's some themes that, we were talking about NFTs earlier, and one of the things they do breed is community, really strong community. And that's what Synthetix has. Like it has this incredibly strong community of people. And then as Synthetix, like as a sort of a core platform, starts to do this incubation, and it's almost like you have mentors that are DeFi and smart contract developers. You have access to brilliant minds like Justin J. Moses, right? You can ping him for advice if you need to, which is like an incredible sort of gift. It's a really interesting model.
It's been amazing. Like the community of Spartans has always been one of the strongest. The amount of talent in that community is incredible. Like anything you might need. To be honest, like 6 months ago, I didn't know Solidity. Now I'm pretty comfortable with my skills. Part of that is Justin Moses, like you said, but just the talent. You can go around, just ask, and someone will just jump with you on a call, just mentor you through it. So pretty good community to be in.
This is the secret to crypto: is join Discords and like participate, join communities, like find the channels. You got to do some digging sometimes, but join Synthetix. Like it's a great place to learn. You meet these experts. That's where they hang out.
I killed all my other social networks per se. Instagram, Facebook, that's history. So it's Discord and Twitter. Yeah.
I'm all over everywhere on crypto, but I've killed Facebook and whatnot. But crypto, Twitter, I kind of live there, sadly. Anyways, so I want to learn a little bit more about Thales. So can you talk a little bit about how binary options are different from different types of options?
Yeah. For me, it's just simpler, right? So with binary options, it's self-explanatory. There are two outcomes. There's the long or yes outcome and the short or the no outcome. So you would set a condition. In our case, we support all the assets that have been supported by Synthetix, so all the synths, which is a number of like 60 assets, all backed by Chainlink oracles. Equities, commodities, all the crypto assets, forex. So that's what we just started with. So there's 60 assets, and in a way you would create a binary market. Would be you would choose an asset, and you would define its strike price and strike date. So just taking the simple example of Bitcoin maybe going to 100K at end of this year. So that's your binary market. And now if you're bullish, you would buy a long option. Effectively, if Bitcoin is more than 100K, more or equals 100K at the end of the year in that block per Chainlink Oracle, you would be in the money. But if it's less, then if Bitcoin is less than 100K and you have bought the long option, you are out of money. So two outcomes: you either win big or lose big. So that's the gist of it.
So these also act as prediction markets then, right? Like what does the smart money say Bitcoin's going to be at the end of the year? And
so what Thales did is it went with the order book model. So at any given time, it's like the 31st of August, maybe somewhere it's the 1st of September. So there would be effectively like 4 months until, that option expires or can be redeemed. So during that time, you can trade it. Because you do need to find a counterparty for it. But there's some liquidity going on. So there are some bots just, getting algorithmic prices and making some offers for you to be able to easily buy exposure to the side you want exposure to.
Because there's quite a ways away, so that means there's a lot of uncertainty. I think so. I come from a probability model of statistics, so like very probabilistic thinking in terms of curves and everything. So 4 months is quite a bit of uncertainty, and so anything could happen, right? It's not likely. Bitcoin's not likely to go to zero. Bitcoins could go up. We don't know how much. There's a lot of people with a lot of different models, or could just like stay the same. Like there's regulatory environment's been weird. There's just a lot of action happening in the world. You never know what's going to happen.
The cool thing about it is you are not locked. You can trade. So like if Bitcoin makes a sudden spike, it goes like 20%, you can just sell your options.
Before the jump, you talked about there's now US Open feeds as well. So it's not just crypto asset prices. What are some of the other markets you guys have?
Yeah, so I'm a huge sports fan. So I just wanted to do that. And like you said, like prediction markets are somewhere in between, and it gives us a chance to kind of just explore, the things that we like. And I love sports. I even love esports. And the first markets we tried with this model, because Thales architecture can really fit any binary outcome, like at a given date. And together with our MVP rollout, we worked with Chainlink to deliver markets on the Olympics. There were markets on which country will win and that was very an interesting one, right? Up until the last hour, it seemed like China will take the most gold medals, but USA just, did their thing. So yeah, we had those, and I cannot begin to express how awesome Chainlink has been in just delivering those feeds. We gave them like 2 weeks notice, said we want to do this, and there was not even like pushback. There was like, okay, and they just started grinding, and there was the feed.
I know, at Chainlink Labs, the data feeds team, to push price data is core to the mission. That's like a core Chainlink, sort of solution. But these other data feeds are really exciting too. So those are really fun to see out in the wild. Sports is a great example of, Olympics, who's going to win. Like let's see these in use. And Sergey always talks about weather and parametric insurance. Which, so I know the data feeds team gets really excited when they can load new data feeds, sports or weather or whatever it happens to be to the Chainlink protocol as well. Make those available.
Awesome. Anyway, that went very, very smooth. And following up on that, we made a bunch of new requests just to try our luck. We still haven't received a no. I'm not sure Chainlink gives no for an answer. So looking forward, today we worked on the US Open markets. We want to roll those out tomorrow, just waiting for gas to drop down a little bit so we can deploy everything. And then we want to do NBA, NFL, we want to do football or soccer, as some may call it. So yeah, like
Who's
whatever.
your favorite? Do you pay attention to American football?
Actually, I mean, I was with the Patriots like 10 years ago. With is Tom Brady still playing? I think he is, right?
No, he's still playing. He switched teams.
Yeah, oh yeah, he did.
And he won a Super Bowl. He went to some random team and just won a Super Bowl to Tampa Bay. It's crazy. So they're not a super long horse, but they're third or fourth or fifth in that range for Super Bowl favorites.
Awesome. No, I'm more of an NBA guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Anyways, can we see the markets? Can we take a look at the interface?
Let's give it a try.
All right, walk us through. What are we seeing?
So I hope you're seeing the landing page of Thales Market. I'm not sure in screen sharing if you can see the animation. There are some stars.
We got everything, man.
Awesome. And if you hover, you go, well, not into hyperspeed per se, but just start your drive. So our motivation, Thales, the historical person, he was the first person ever to do a binary option. He used his super brain to just watch the stars, did his calculations, and he anticipated the olives will have a super good yield in that year. And he bought the rights to all the olive presses at a cheap price, right? And then, when olives started doing their thing and yielding, he just sold them back at a fortune. So that's our motivation. It just gives us pretty cool opportunities to make, using ancient Greece, and it's kind of aligned with Synthetix Spartans. Mm-hmm. So we're really happy with how that is working out with our community as well.
Here's a history question: was Thales from Sparta?
No, he was from, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, Thales of Militia, something like that.
All right. Yeah. That's some deep trivia right there. That's a real deep cut. That's where you make your NFT there.
We actually have some, I'm just going to give a little alpha now. So we have the token around the corner, and there's going to be a small quiz to claim your reward. And there will be such trivial questions.
Okay, do your reading. That is a little alpha. That's great.
It's gonna be fun. It's like the quiz will walk you to the answer, right? But still, we just want you to do a little due diligence just so you can claim your awesome tokens, right? So,
okay, so here's the markets.
Yeah. So here's the page with the markets, and maybe a way to get us started is the create market page. Just to circle back on what I was saying. So a binary market, you define it by choosing any of like 60 assets supported. You can say, I don't know, if you want to bet on Litecoin or we have some markets on Chainlink as well. But I guess the most popular ones would be just Bitcoin or ETH. You would define a strike price. So right now, Bitcoin is like 47 something. And my example was 100K. Which means Bitcoin will have to go up 111%. And then you choose the date. In the example I provided, that was end of year, so maybe 31st with UTC. Guess that doesn't matter so much what time zone it is. And then you need to fund it. And Thales uses SUSD due to our Synthetix alignment, but also due to the fact that Synthetix USD is like fully decentralized, so that there's no risk of Thales having to do like geofencing or just being under regulatory risk. And the minimal amount is 1,000 SUSD to fund it. And without taking too much time, effectively per each SUSD you put in, you get one long option and one short option. Right? So I really think, given a little bit of time playing with the dApp, I'm certain the model is very intuitive.
So people are monitoring, if people monitor their own order books to make sure like it sort of fits with a price expectation, is it manual or are there automated elements as well?
There are automated bots that have algorithmic price calculation, and they would make some of the offers. But in the end, it's peer-to-peer. This is backed by 0x order books, which are gasless, so I can make orders without paying any gas, but still the orders are permissionless and decentralized. And then you'd buy you need to find a counterparty to take up on your order.
Cool. Really interesting stuff. The UI looks great. It looks like you've got some designers as well working with you guys.
Yeah. We got some other fun pages, just maybe a brief overview. You can have a look at the leaderboard, which will be used for the upcoming trading competition.
Now, at the top when we started talking, you said there's been a long sort of history of Synthetix interested in options markets. Has it just been part of the community? Has it been part of the roadmap? Like, where does this come from? I mean, clearly it's one financial product among many that Synthetix is, and many DeFi projects are interested in. But where did that kind of come from?
I believe it was a personal preference from Jordan and Kane. They just loved binary options. They pushed to roll it out. Somewhere like June last year, the community loved it as well. Like for a while, it was a huge thing. It sunset the synth trading. It was just all about binary options. And due to that community response, Synthetix realized they need like a full-time team, full team to just take care of binary options. So that's when they came up with the idea. Let's find a project to incubate and let that project grow as its own product, focusing on binary options.
So I know you have sports markets. Is that your roadmap, or what other kind of markets are you starting to think about and look at? What's exciting to your team, to your community?
Yeah. So already spoke about the various sports we want to support. Community has expressed interest in also doing esports, like the Dota 2 major tournament, and also a bunch of like just custom crypto or world markets. We are working with Chainlink on doing markets on the number of ETH being burned by Ape1559.
Cool.
So like one market would be, will 1 million ETH be burned by end of the year? And it looks like it will, right? So maybe we set it to 2 million because it's crazy, right? It's doesn't anyone worry about so much ETH being burned?
There's a lot.
Yeah. So that's one example. Another one is, speculating on the flippening, which was a big thing in crypto. Maybe it wasn't as loud now, but I'm sure it will be again. So like when will ETH overtake Bitcoin, basically? And I think it's a matter of when, not if. So that would be another market.
You would have to put some put it on the market and see. Would have to see what those markets look like. Well, that's cool. So there's a variety of a lot of different sports. What about electoral? You guys looking at politics at all?
We kind of wanted to have a different offer, to be honest, than the competition. Like Polymarket is a pretty successful platform, probably not as decentralized. Like I don't mean that as a slur or something. It's just I think it's the way it is, and they have a lot of those markets. And I think we kind of want to go on to be recognizable as a different or more original project, and then not just copy the markets that they have. So, but then again, if the community says we want to do that, we want to do it on Thales because it's more decentralized. We just love the Thales model. Then I'm sure we'll have we'll listen to our community definitely.
All right, I got a pitch for a market. Ready?
Go for it.
Okay, this is box office returns. So a production company, they're making a movie, they spend, $100 million on the movie, and they're predicted, right? Their internal modeling is that it'll make $300 million worldwide. Well, you can set up a market. Do they hit it or not? And especially the people in that production company, the producers, as they fund that and they start watching the film and they see like, this is bad. This is a bad movie. They can short it. Or they start seeing it and they're like, whoa, this is actually something magical. This is really going to do well. Then they can go long it. And so they've got their initial investment up front, or other people can accelerate that and take some different options there. I bet that would actually do pretty well. You'd have to go talk to very specific people to get that. But there you go. There's my submission.
It's a good way to hedge. Like if your movie, if you spend like 100 millions in budget, and it doesn't do well, you buy some short options.
Yeah, I mean, there's insurance, but those insurance is most likely for the studio. I wonder if there's insurance for other people, right? People, actors, and crew, and things like that. Anyways, there's a lot of fun. I like talking use cases and making up weird stuff. So, Danijel, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate your time. Where's the best place to join your community? Is there a Thales Discord, Telegram?
Yeah.
What's the best place?
Discord by far. Twitter is very active, but honestly, like our Discord is kind of still new. It's growing very steadily. There's like 2,000 people there, and there's no question that goes unanswered. So we are still very dedicated, like OCD dedicated to just answering any single question that would be posted. So yeah, feel free to join. We would welcome everyone.
Well, I'm going to encourage everybody then. All of those links should be down below in the description. I made sure to get links to their Twitter, to their Kevin's putting them in the chat as well. Thanks, Kevin. So to Discord, to everywhere, go follow. Danijel, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you taking the time, coming on and talking to me, man.
Thank you for having me. Like, it's been a blast.
Yeah, I'm glad. All right, I'll talk to you later, man.
Bye.
Hey, everybody. That was a great little chat. Learned a lot about Thales. Synthetix ecosystem, really cool the way they build different products and whatnot and kind of launch them. Thank you for attending. Like and subscribe. Smash that button, as they say. It's getting cheesy, but it's so fun to say. That's why the YouTubers say it, is because it's really fun to say. That's got to be the honest answer. So subscribe, because we've got these coming all week long. I've got one of these, I think every day but Friday this week, and then another 4 next week, and then another 3, and then another 3. So we're going to be doing these Chainlink Lives with all different types of projects coming up. Going to learn about a bunch of different types of solutions, ways that people are using Chainlink and projects, decentralization in action across many different chains. So help me out. Join the Chainlink communities as well. Join Telegram. Go hang out with my buddy Kevin down there in the official Telegram and on Discord. If you're a developer and you've got questions, make sure to check out the developer Discord. There's good resources there, and there's always good Chainlink stuff coming out. So yeah, hey, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for joining. This has been Chainlink Live.